Alright, we're back. We're going to start on another radio here for a guy that brought it to me today here. This is a 142 GTL. He's had the white face meters put in here. We ain't got it hooked up to the antenna, but we'll turn it on. Let you see it there. Got it all done up in blue there. Looks pretty good. It's real good there. And then he gave me a shout the other night and asked me if we would do this thing up with some extra channels. And I told him that I have not done a 142 in a long time, but we would give it a shot. And we're going to be putting the old school Expo expander kit, crystal kit in it. These things have long since been forgotten. They are very hard to come by. This is a brand new one that he happened to find at a local CB shop. I just want to show you guys something here real quick. This radio has pretty much been unmolested other than that. Look at this right here. 1978 white power jack. This one has been around for a while, to say the least. It's a very, very, very nice radio for as old as it is. I mean, it's in fairly great condition. The other thing I want to show you, this power supply. This power supply is not stock. I don't know where it come from, or why they put it in there. I don't know if Cobra did it. It's a B&K Precision, so it's a Dynascan product, but you can tell where the heatsink compound was. The old power supply was in here, but somebody has changed this power supply at one point in time in history. I don't know if it got sent back to the factory or what, but it has been done, and I've never seen a power supply board like that, so it's definitely different. It's an oddball, but the radio works great. Works great. But anyway, we're going to give her a shot on putting this kit in, and we'll be back and see if we won't show you the results here. Okay, we're back for a quick second here. I want to do a little show of what we've done. We've got the crystal in the board, and getting ready to do the part that I hate the most. I really don't want to do it, but it's got the old-fashioned MIKE mic on it. You gotta love that. We're going to drill us a hole right here. There's a hole underneath this bezel about right in there that we're going to go ahead and drill a hole in this. It's where he wants the channel kit, so we're going to do it. Really hate butchering up a 142, especially a 1978 model, but you know, channels just make it better, just make it more fun to operate. And hey, if we just set them on a shelf and look at them, they're no good to none of us. So got to keep the old beast alive. So we're going to put some channels in her, and hopefully all will be good and well. I've got to do a little aligning after we get the channel board in there and get them all lined up on sideband and AM, and hopefully we will have a expanded, old school expanded, no less calm stuff here, brother. This is the real deal back in the day Expo crystal kit. So hopefully both those crystals are good and that we're in the board, and we'll go from there. I mean, ain't no telling how old this kit is. I mean, it was new old stock, but we'll see. Anyway, there she is in all her glory, and then I'm going to try a little video editing for the first time and see if we can piece all this crap together. Anyway, be back. Bye. Alright, Porterhouse, we're back. I just wanted to do a finish-up video on this one. I never did do it, and I'm just going to go ahead and do it now, right quick. Hopefully you're going to come and get this one today. This is the Cobra 142 I did for you. It's in fairly good shape, and just turn it on here just to show you've done some nice mods to it. Got it all tuned in there. We've got the channel kit installed, and see, it's got a very good receive on it. sure we got everything turned up here. So we're on channel 20 on AM. We're pretty good on the meter. Frequency's real good. Clarifier's open. It will track on transmit and receive. So, and then we have channels. Let's go down here. Boom. Let's adjust our frequency out a little bit here. That phone was set up earlier. I want it to show you that this thing, the clarifier, does slide fairly well in it. Let's take it on down to 35. Now this thing is a channel off. All these expo kits were channel off. I don't care. You could play with them all you wanted to. There's just not enough slide in these radios to get them exactly right. Somebody out there may know how to do it, but I never figured it out. But you just have to remember you're a channel off. And there she is. I mean, almost dead nuts on. Swinging good. Like that all the way across the band. The only channel that I think we lose on it is on the low band. I think channel 1 drops out. Not a whole lot of swing. Starts getting a little weak toward the end of the band. High band's good all the way through. On the high side. Five, 6, 5. Take her on down there. You're almost gonna have to have a clarifier on this thing. I mean a frequency counter. Go down to channel 1. Audio. She's swinging good. Channel 40. Swinging pretty good there. Channel 20. Doing pretty good. It could be broadbanded a little more, but I mean, for what it is, it's doing a fine job. You're covering all of the good frequencies, everything that you need to do. She's got pretty good swing over, and it works great. AM and sideband both. With a sideband. Back down to 1, we're on the high side. Thing's doing great now. I had fun doing this one. You don't see very many of these old guys anymore. It's probably one of the last new ones that very many people will ever see. Going in the old 142 GTL. Alright, man. Thanks for the business. I hope you come back. Alright, Porterhouse. I told you we'd check this one out too here. Just one more time. I think you thought there might be a little problem with this thing, but this thing's a monster. I wouldn't change it if I had to. See if I can get this thing set up here again where it'll do what it's supposed to. Let's see here. There we go. I got a free hand. Clarifier's open on this radio. It's another 142 of yours. As you can see, the big thing is you really need a freak counter so you can get these things, you know, with the clarifier tuned dead on to where you need to be. You know, it's going to make you sound off frequency, what have you. There she is, dead on 405. That's channel 40. Watch that meter. Audio. This thing's a powerhouse. I took this thing apart. I took the covers off of it and just took a look inside of it. This thing has got a 1969 final with a 2166 driver in it. It is doing good. This switch that you see here that's on the front of it by your upper and lower sideband switch is actually some extra channels that were added through the chip on it. So the middle section does nothing. It's dead. All the way over to the right gives you some extra channels. We key up here and we see we're on channel 84. There we go. 845. Audio. See, it's not swinging as much up here because when you get, you know, out of your bands, these radios just really aren't tuned for what they need to do. They need to be broadbanded, and that's a lot of extra work. But they will work up here. There's just not as much wattage. But let's go down on channel 1 and see if it's what we got down here. Yeah, see, we're back on channel 40, actually on channel 1. These channels probably are going to run somewhere in the middle of the band. They're going to switch over to the upper channels. Yeah, see, we're on channel 60 now, and I'm on channel 17, 27605. Let's turn this mic gain down. 49. There's channel 41. I'm on channel 2. You've actually got most of the upper band in here on this, but that other setting on that switch is just dead, man. That's trying to transmit. Nope. Not getting nothing out of it. I don't know if that's got to be through the chip, the way it's acting. So it's one of those that's just an oddball. I mean, as long as you don't have that switch in the center position, this radio works great. You got two good 142s, man. I mean, I couldn't do anything to this one better to tune it up, you know, wise. I'm sure it's very loud. I mean, this is a good radio. It's actually swinging a little bit more than the other radio. Your other radio still has the old 1306 and 1307 finals in it, which were the original ones that come out in it. If you put a 2166 and a 1969 in it, it would probably, I could tune it up to do a little bit more. But when I had this one apart, they've got the coils all spread out in it and everything else, and what you're looking at is a lot of fake power, really. I mean, it's not going to do nothing but really overmodulate you. So, yeah, your old one is actually running, it's going to be cleaner and better sounding than what this radio is.